Sanyas. Sanyas. Welcome back to DevMukhi Baba book, Hindu, chapter Beloved Dad, www.Sanyas.Guru, www.Sanyas.live. Chapter is about a topic called Beloved Dad from book called Hindu. The earth rotates and sun shines. We have seen so much in this life. There are stars, moon, and storms of planets. Science is another topic that is inside chapter Beloved Dad. Science is something unnatural and have a time period like not definite, but is constant and thus have no nature and no family attributes. Hinduism, the culture and religion, is running from centuries. People and their families have traveled in the time from many hundreds of years, even past thousands years. Religion has served big culture families with large population of children and parents in one relation of life. In modern people called the joint family, and they were even called Gharana. Religion and God always believed and loved people, living and raising happiness and spreading culture of peace all around, because past had less interference of science, technology and government, and that is what made them have big and long generation periods. They even had wars, but most of them were written, counted and detailed for public reading till now. Hence it was just few and not always the period of war. In Hinduism, God have written in Gita that all these people are dead, and even I have killed them many times of their rebirth. They have been before life and they will be even after life. And even because of these books and reading, people claim the honor as God, who kills and thrills people and derives their win to distinguish karma. This book Gita have impressed a lot of people when it was said, and was written being lesser culture of science around. Now people just follow up a routine and try to get blessing out of these books to get vision directly from God from inside, and does not appear to have proper utilization of time ground. The books in religious categories from Hindu religion have spread a mind of awareness, consciousness, and even monkey manav technique. These books have only presented such media and episodes those could attract people from outside their religion and also have helped their own religious children towards the religion. Hindu religion is a dead technique to raise God out of dead cold behaviors. It is like a saying by I Sannyasi, "Oh, you look there, I am here," shouting. Because rituals of the Hindu are self-centric by Pandits, Purohit, and visible nature of God. The God was not present before writing, however, God has written all of them by just coming as witness to writer in his being. God wrote this religion in very deadly mood of fire, anger, agony, and war. And there was no poem or love for the nature, but even fear for King God. Krishna Radha is still now. Whole eternity of God is chanting these names out of fear, or the God himself is stealing the body of life of Hinduism, and even the soul is stuck and still to chanting that we are living beings, and we are in nature fresh time zones. And even then living each day, fresh food, soul, water we have to gather our philosophy and remember someone else's ancestors. Because that was only hook that show love, sex, race in Hinduism. And no other book saved so much love for Hinduism, and that was story of magical king according to religion. And after release of the books, people were like bent to chant, creating whole religion out of dead families. This is why God is present every second, and thus have other religions as well. Those have only prayers as tantra to relieve themselves. Hindu religion is already on dead roulette name program that picks up name happening in here all time and allocates to the body on new in some families. But in time past, people have tried over those names after they left their bodies to cremation ground. In Hinduism, there are hundreds of years ancestors healing. Their Purohit suggests people to do karmic healing to satisfy the Atma, soul of their dead. Because soul of Hindu can never go anywhere, they are just stick on planet of their birth. Because the ritual of cremation just vanishes out the appearance of all life, eating and living of water fire, which is called karma. God pours light water and grow green fruits, and thus time in the body is play of God. But Hindus, they burn out whole episode of time play of one life and even play name roulette of devas or like personalities. Pandits, priests suggest to rich families that God has burned in them and gets enough praise out of such manuscript reading. Religion is talking about lost soul, dead bodies, but have no attachment with life science or God presence. Might be other religions having such benefits, or Hindus have sold such effective live media of God. The things to say that even Hindus have calendar and cumulus, but those are either managed for future or past, keeping actual dates of event. Birth and even big time departure, as live presence of God, can only blow us into pieces, and thus references are sold and we live in past. We Hindu and Hinduism believer and liver of day to day. I Sanyas.Guru believe and research that Hinduism and God have power to surprise, power to change today media. Then even create deja vu, even stop calendar time. Because when God presence and reading out of writing get near to script of God live events, the surprise is the person who is recording, reading and writing. Then that surprise string is only sent to source, which is God, and does God even get surprised? Then how this whole string replies on this tab, but the person that instant hanging reply is understood. As these kinds of instance, Sanyas researcher always try to find when whole world either get hanged or described to such instance. Beloved, dead is almost forever in this life up to date, and might be people from other religion out of other world to tell what we are missing and trailing on. When God was running life chakra, and someone missed, and therefore the person missing was supposed to be dead. Can you miss the birth any day? No, or you are dead. So religion came with consciousness. The breath that is out of that, as the name of religion is holding dead baskets. So one of the person who misses day by day have to pay to reach conscious breath and instill every day with literal God-like chakra. Do you believe Earth has such episodes where God presence in each Hindu does not have God in them? As it has never happened, because God was only one tribe in Hinduism, and that was only come out of God looking into the eye of people, seeking forgiveness out of beloved dead. People those entered into Hindu culture and tried to find about God, and thus God even presented them with instance of His presence. But when God read that their karma in the eye of new entries, then He got past and busy, and because of that, God-like chakra hanged. He's surprised at how someone with these karmas entered in worship program, and those people stood next day to believe another instance of God. But even till then, Hindus in this program were sleeping as period moments with God, and thus creation and other beings thought this forever over months. But their karma stood along of killing animals and eating them, which was in past, but could not be removed because of life chakra of God, which is against Hinduism and God of Hindu. So what is happening in such places is cosmic reading of God, and Hinduism absenteeism. These people thought God visibility and presence along with Hindu standing in neighborhood, and we would steal the eye of witness, and that happened like real. But it turned out that Hindus got mixed with their happening with God. These kind of instances got that of and beloved that of Hinduism were getting only blank white spaces of that life chakra. And when God started rejecting all cold memory relation with Hindus and ancestors, and nowadays Hindus are getting trance, vacant, no God, that situations in them. Because Hindu temple, Hindu religion, and even Hindu got stuck and started serving those out of religion peace. And God had given a topic, beloved, that to understand concentration. God is to believe God. Believing something else is something else. The thought of karma, knowledge of religion sentiments does not and cannot cure your past. Hindu religion is for once. Every Hindu comes once and dies once. Body burned and loses what body has been. When God started realizing Hindu rituals and people getting in religion, in early days of religion, then everything was as innocent but wicked to them. Then each thing that came as script in religion came out of God's words, and even God's script was torn away, and God realized that His presence was even witnessed and broken by people in religion. Religious people did not want too much God in them, but those who wanted to meditate were sent into jungles. Then in modern era and other religions trying to play with Hindu mentality, saints come with words like engineering, inner technique, and so many outer religion concepts thus only presented Hinduism as a cult. Hindu only were left in future to burn, and that thought of burning that was having because God far. God himself still awaits for people to burn out of Hinduism. When someone thought of such ritual, when somebody thought of such ritual, instantly recent past, death, soul inhibited. The body like God transcended into one. Then the soul started following the consciousness till his or her own death. The time between the statement was total God's scary business, and we could even call a car that is called mind, which has not happened yet. Then this word brought out signs and surprises of God, as God in reality and truth started leading women before actual death of someone. Because love is God, nature, and He also needs to scare, but that ritual of God and Hinduism can no time space, a God, that is God. Does not need truth to happen, but is actually truth, which is that burning out of lived Hindu time into remembrance has beloved that. Because planet is of God, God is nature, and thus what is afterlife should have in God. But there was no such ritual in Hinduism, but only Pandit business to process souls and healing. God, creator of universe, even cannot jump time event, which is called future, even to visualize here or actual happening. This is what Earth has been in modern time to challenge God of universe. There is consciousness in the name of truth, as only people want to say God or truth. Then consciousness as in the body when things of thought of death, then could not visualize burning of self, that is shell, body. The child mind consciousness was and is taken over by truth, that is yes only ashes. The whole consciousness then is taken by God and thus written and played along with by God. This is called paralog play. Paralog play. God of universe, earth, they took out such thoughts, and even part transworld conscious world came out. That is actual after death experience, but is in journal available as truth conscious world. Although this ritual is not in favor of God of universe, and thus other religions have also doubted, and those who came close also transcended after death. This is like I, me, myself. That is the shell, and I stand far off, and I till my planet big pulse. As bang is beginning of life, big beloved dead. What is this power relation which is not even clear and is frequent, and for that human in touch with religion tries to remain silent, focus, even meditate? Some even stay alone for years. This is because when people of other religion even knew such path till meeting with God, nature, their advocacy and stubbornness came of meeting particular God like many of God. This took them even to killing of animals, even after staying along with religion. God does not promise, God does not roll back time. Religion belongs to God and people may believe Krishna, Ram or Shiva, but nobody can tell who is actual owner, writer, founder of a religion. Because religion, Hindu, was written after a writer taking birth over earth and living along under Saintism and guidance of power of life. When peaceful gods are always only because life disturbs with its karma, then or even after God is reached by proper channel and only those prayer reaches, those are allowed in God's temple. Maya culture of Krishna and the other world behavior of coming across to people in habit of killing animals and even human as human is as animals to God. There are only animal in religion in India. Either there is God or animal. Once your life starts with religion, it already gets to karmic end. But the future is something that karma is related to, hence is another play of religion. But look, God, worship what? Because God is only living to eat and live like animals. Even God of earth is planetary animal to God of universe. Hindu a religious destiny for human traveling till life. God is beloved to be eternal and sure is one way or other eternal. In Hindu religion, people send their beloved dead in expectation to heal the other world before they come after them. But because in cities people are cremated one on another, this is big gulp of soul, and they are transcending it when one portal burns and body after a day, another body on same portal. Thus those are beloved from one family and Hinduism. Nobody after life awaits for family fellowship to die. Whole earth is out of God, and thus living towards God's word. There might be deal of Hindu with God and evil, that all karma to ash, and God forgets karmic decision, and thus evil fails and God wins. But do you think God has deal or that was evil will let go each karma to ash, as evil does require only higher evil karma? Hence one after another, the judgment was done over earth according to deal, and the bodies were burned, saying, this there is no judgment till eternity, and this part we live with God, and other you are evil. So each Hindu karma book to ash. God of earth is rule maker for each religion, writer of destiny and living life. That he does by taking birth and out of his karma and all danger he lives through and makes believe people that he is God and groups them to religion. Then he lives and transcends and still connects. But that those are gone, sometimes stuck in two worlds, one that they live and other they are sent into, as no judge required by and for evil. Then the dead who gets cleared of occasion from burn-out bodies by Hinduism are sent towards another fairy birth by no judgment, and then some dies in womb and they cannot take birth again and become God, even God. Some get rich family and some get poor, some get fatherless birth, some become men and women. This is called evil judgment, evil friends. This everything becomes fair accordingly. Then people play religion and goes into school to forget religion. But God writes then we human with each thought about God and he will play a mistake with a deal to awake from the sleep of sake to live, and to live world of fate. Saint people say there is no sleep, there is no death. Those who sleep are out of their karma and trying to resolve with God and sleep before death. But there is no sleep for people on adventure. Earth is like a board situation. The angels sitting positions and each thought is out for God, even God. Do you play? Do you play? I am religion, then you die. I am belief, you can deny. I will not think. The moment you think I am play, but to whom you do, God is inside me, then you are with God. This is what we are doing. Are you one space? Do you grant me the day of fortune? I am awake in sleep. The dead even have evil zombie play over earth, which is scientific virus. When human turns into eating flesh, still nobody knows. We are together human and we do not touch your emotions, your families, your betrayers. We are dead. People even say earth will go still. All will die into nothingness. But does time stop? Does all other things go off? People, those who died, have reached to what is possible. Death may be on hold for Atma around for Hindu people with beautiful over earth, thinking that human karma belongs to one in spirit. People did sin and burn out the bodies and claimed it to be scientifically God in religion activity. But was everything settled? But did the person reach the climax? Does really Atma came out as ash using wood sharp trees? Was it a magic of thousands of years rising over God's planet and waiting for stupid human to burn alone? Was God nature made for such innocent act of humanity? Does human are in such a natural attention with God? Does really anyone in religion wrote about using such creation for their dead bodies to reach? Did they knew those plank of wolves all their life and grew up with them? Lord, even Jesus is astonished and hanged for what he said, and what I Sannyasi did not, which is God, even God, is presented in I Sannyasi. But who is there to acknowledge and welcome such efforts? Then what is to be written can be left as such, not to tell or consciously self even the God, even God, and his religious tantrum with his woman, and not to worry about killing and dishonor of nature among nature. God does also burn in some instances of rituals. You burn me and I live before me. Each thought of death in Hindu is me. Write me, solved, beloved. Is it God writing memorial notes in me, through me, in you, for beloved dead, to whom I ask, to whom is said, do I believe God in the he and they, who have all about everyone, what is when to say and when to play? I Sannyasi, there I return my books to the religion I am born to, and does be no religion. Does it stop the count? Does it pause the round? No religion, and getting to something else is missing space. Will you be in no more Hindu? Do you add up more space? They did escape as well. They won't be Hindu forever. This is direct God play. People bought in religion to musk out the God in Hinduism and even stand in graveyard of their own. What is after play on them? Do you think they can be brought up till the end? Only that is what brought up till the end. Only that is what we want from you. Decide, dedicate, or leave earth. But you stand inside with us. There's our whole religion in your blood, time, and where it goes to your future and past. By this, the people those join Hinduism and even goes back to pavilion have nothing but the same thought with their people in past and future that will haunt them and transcend them and pull them towards religion, Hinduism. Drop your eternity and surrender one bird, and that is what is God in you. But think who will be the owner of your dream. We will always fly along with fire up in tantrum sky. Our God believes our bird to fire and does live even power to power world, and we just think of you living to what extent with us. As your relation are with God, as you lived in past and present, with thee, thou, and he, all in me. You are people of death, but those are of mine. They know our religion is God, and Hindu form and too, before and after, no way out. Even think like you. You come and go in our religion. This is all fantasy for you. but you enter and you leave the queue. This moment that resides in my God is not to write in God. We out of our ancestry till eternity, and past will play the sound of sash, the right and the right, judge without judge. You believe and live, the thought that God lives. Maybe we after and paltered the play and wherever we stop, and we stayed Hindu, were awake, mystic we look. Frightened we cook and far we sleep in respect to these. My Father is not what can be written as passage in religion of and about God. We are out of what we are sought. Thought of getting against nature birth only brings devil and dirt. And this is how my God interfere in another religion, to snub. We are not judged as human, but our God sleeps in us, and therefore He judged or left us awake to know what He did that snow. This is farthest to far understanding, to grudge to leave the far to far. You are and might be seeking gold and to taka and bend on earth as their avatar, flying in your eyes and saying, I am Hindu. Be afraid, be one. Do not entertain your woman our religion and religious belief. You ate and you eat, even if you leave, our God can never sleep in you to believe. There is only one day and other is doomsday. Happy, beloved day. Some people out from Hinduism came as God and played God but evil dogma and got famous across the world and might be for longer time. They said people are dead. That is beauty. How to die? Everyone is dead. Because these subjects only brings God in one eye and thus play of evil as the person in power. What is to tell is about Hinduism has space for evil to play over God and reach as God to public. As God never leaves earth and religion, then does evil come but becomes God, because to be evil there is no clause. No religion say be evil, be naughty and devil. But does not if someone comes out of death and fills out blank white spaces that tell religious people that yes, this is there, this is thou, and leaves them to own play that slides the skid and the car. That burning thought takes to hold then afterlife and all the Bhagavad Gita makes ready to use religion. Does not it is like bread? For wise men, evil spirit, baby dry store like Ramayana Gita. To tell it is what a play happens but between God there is no evil. So what these people are stretching is some bad someday when they realize their time was used to fill out pockets in the name of God, but authentic was nothing, then they might turn flip and do what you could not, as earth is place of God, and each human is God, and the time each human play God until eternity. So if the human play after thousands years, his memory stretch ultimately is lost to people like killing and other harm, but because Hinduism lives on, the duality after death keeps it safe. Will you remember time after death? This is what religion asks, and even gives prophecies of birth and rebirth. But time is of universe. Time constraint belong to universe. The earth does not have a private time. If these dancing people in religion or sacred chants look fool over earth, might be happy life in eyes of universe. Because whole life and each universe planet is sacred for God, and God does not divide religions or human into religion in reference to God of universe. Absolutely no one remember time, but even taking birth again without memory is blessing. And what might they lose is sexual time on man reference, religion, and waste of among in religious time. People, if even have a head and will have life, doesn't it make them God? Who knows what God did in sleep? Might be reality is dream and sketch for a elaborate people. But logic is what helps universe of God to design new planets, and thus is some clever thing with intelligent media, and hence it is another religious drop over unknown climates of universe, whether real or not. But because God has nobody go against God like God giving God. You even don't have respect for that. And you keep on leaving them burned out dead and become dead as such. Even you do not know, God might be writing out of human consciousness through you, telling whole world that you are dead, my beloved dead. What is to be found of religion is that you know hundreds of years, 365 days each to live. But do you know these are calendars of Earth and the planets out there are different? So think you might have 365 years to live with 1,000 days each year, then what? Do you think God passed away? All eternal lives are floating in no time-space, and their whole lives have lived, and each planet time-space has went through. There won't be new birth or new death. This is what we're talking, that each instance of reading is like writing. And no, if you have read, it's not written. But if you hear it out, then you might live it. That is an extra birth to this book, and gives another life with more energy, attention to God, media, himself. As book is about Hindu religion, which is about for God. Who is beloved and who is dead? Does dead is beloved? But who loves dead ones? How someone loves dead one? If it has been thousands of years for Hindu lifespan, in the end they just torture. What is even then? Some us know. And then God is eternal. And what has happened with billion Hindus will keep going on. God does not passes on this. This is biggest celebration for God presence over universe. Instantly, wherever God is, He will be near to you in torch room. Now time has come, and might be God has first almost other planets and is closing big fuss, and so many rituals happening. Thus out there no universe. There out there universe no special events happening, just earth and power of that. There again light the God and gives happiness to presidal. So for what the memories lived and died in the moment is what they tell Ash. Thus Ashivas is Hinduism, a car. This gives smile only because God even does not know what to do, because might be that was string of planet where God failed.